The fastest way to kill your dreams is to talk about them. Not failure, not lack of talent, just talking. It sounds strange, right? Because we're told to share our goals, to announce them, to make them real by speaking them out loud. But what if that's exactly what's holding you back? What if every time you tell someone your plan, you're quietly draining the very energy you need to make it happen? There's a reason some of the most successful people in the world move in silence. They don't announce, they don't explain, they don't seek approval. And once you truly understand why, you'll never share your plans the same way again. In this video, you're going to discover what most people never realize. Not just motivation, but the hidden psychology behind why talking about your goals can actually trick your brain into thinking the work is already done. There are real studies that show when you speak your plans out loud, your mind rewards you with a sense of achievement before you've even taken the first step. That small moment of validation feels good, but it comes at a cost. Because once your brain feels satisfied, your drive starts to fade. And that's just the beginning. You'll also uncover how the people around you, sometimes without even meaning to, can weaken your focus, plant doubt, or shift your energy in ways you don't notice until it's too late. But this isn't just about avoiding mistakes, this is about learning a different way to move, a quieter, more powerful way. You'll learn how to protect your ideas when they're still fragile, how to build momentum without needing approval, and how to turn silence into your biggest advantage. There's a reason why some of the biggest wins you've ever seen seem to come out of nowhere. They didn't happen overnight. They happened in private, in silence, away from noise, opinions, and distraction. And here's the part most people miss. Silence is not weakness. It's strategy. It's control. It's discipline. When you stop announcing and start executing, everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your actions become stronger, and your results, they speak louder than anything you could ever say. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever lost motivation halfway through something you were excited about, or if you're serious about winning in a way that most people never do, then you need to watch this video till the very end, because what you're about to learn might completely change the way you approach your goals from this moment forward. Welcome to the Soul Manifestation Code, where we break down the hidden truths behind success, mindset, and personal power. If you're ready to move differently, think deeper, and win quietly, make sure you subscribe to the channel and be part of this journey. It always starts the same way. You get a new idea, and suddenly everything feels different. Your mind is racing. You can see the future so clearly. You feel excited, alive, almost unstoppable. In that moment, it feels real, like this time, you're actually going to do it. And without even thinking, you reach for your phone, you tell a friend, you mention it to your family, maybe you even post it online, because it feels good to say it out loud. It feels powerful. People react. They smile, they encourage you, some even praise you before you've taken a single step. And for a moment, that feeling is enough. But then something strange happens. The same fire you felt at the beginning starts to fade, slowly, quietly. You don't notice it at first. You still believe in the idea. You still tell yourself you'll start soon. But the urgency is gone. The pressure is gone. That deep hunger you felt doesn't feel as strong anymore. And instead of taking action, you start thinking about it more than doing it. Days pass, then weeks. The idea is still there, but the energy behind it, it's not the same. Because in a subtle way, your mind has already checked the box. When you talked about it, when people reacted, when you felt that early sense of achievement, your brain took it as progress. It rewarded you before the work even began. So now, when it's time to actually show up and do the hard part, it doesn't feel as urgent. It doesn't feel as necessary. The excitement was spent in words instead of action. And without realizing it, you fall into a silent trap. You replace movement with conversation. You replace discipline with intention. You replace execution with explanation. Talking replaces doing. What's really happening goes deeper than motivation. It's psychological. Your brain doesn't clearly separate talking about a goal from actually achieving it. The moment you say your plans out loud, especially when someone responds with approval, your mind registers it as progress. It releases a small reward, a feeling of satisfaction, that quiet sense of I'm doing something, even though nothing has been done yet. That feeling is dopamine, the same chemical your brain releases when you accomplish something real. But here's the problem. You didn't earn it. You didn't go through the struggle. You didn't push through resistance. You just talked. And still, your brain gives you a taste of success. So when it's time to actually do the work, the drive isn't the same, the urgency is weaker, the hunger is lower. Because in your mind, part of the reward has already been claimed. You've already felt good about it, you've already imagined the outcome, and now the hard part feels heavier than it should. Your mind thinks you've already won, so it stops fighting. And then there's the outside world, the part people don't like to admit. Not everyone wants to see you win. Some people will smile and support you on the surface, but deep down, they doubt you. They question you, they compare, and sometimes they project their own fears onto you without even realizing it. Others are more direct. They'll tell you it's risky. They'll tell you it won't work. They'll remind you of your past failures, not always to hurt you, but because they don't see what you see. And every time you hear that, it plants a small seed of doubt. Energy shifts, focus breaks, confidence weakens. Not all support is real, and not all silence is empty. In the beginning, your plans are fragile. They may feel powerful in your mind, but in reality, they're still forming, still taking shape, like a seed just placed in the soil. It has potential, but it's not strong yet. It needs the right conditions to grow: time, focus, protection, and most people make the same mistake. They expose it too early. They take that seed and put it out in the open. They talk about it. They explain it. They let too many opinions touch it before it even has roots. And just like that, the growth slows down. Doubt creeps in. Pressure builds. The idea starts bending under expectations it wasn't ready to carry. Because not everything needs to be seen in its early stage. Not everything needs validation. Some things grow better in silence. Silence protects your focus. It keeps your energy contained. It allows you to work without distraction, without explaining yourself, without feeling the need to prove anything before it's time. When you stop talking, you start noticing something different. Your attention sharpens, your actions become clearer. You're not spending energy on words anymore, you're investing it into progress. And that's where the shift begins. You stop announcing and start doing. You stop seeking approval and start building. You let go of the need to be seen in the beginning, and you focus on becoming something real behind the scenes. Quiet effort replaces loud intention. Small, consistent actions replace big, empty promises. You move differently. You think differently. You operate with a kind of discipline that doesn't need an audience. Be more about it, less loud about it. There's a different kind of power that comes when you decide to work in silence. No announcements, no constant updates, just you and the work. Your focus becomes deeper because it's not being split between doing and explaining. You're not thinking about how it sounds, you're thinking about how to make it real. And that changes everything. When you stop sharing every step, you remove pressure. You don't feel the need to prove anything early. You're not chasing reactions. You're not depending on someone else's approval to keep going. It becomes personal, quiet, controlled. And in that space, consistency starts to grow. Not forced, not loud, just steady. Day by day, you show up, you improve, you fix mistakes without attention, you build something real without noise, and because no one is watching, you're free to focus fully. No distractions, no outside opinions shaping your path, just progress that belongs to you. Then something interesting happens over time. While others are busy talking, posting, explaining what they plan to do, you're already moving, already building, already becoming. And when the moment finally comes, you don't need to say much, because results speak in a way words never can. People don't truly respect plans, they react to outcomes. Anyone can talk, anyone can announce, but very few actually follow through. That's why results carry weight. They're undeniable. They don't need explanation. They don't ask for attention. They command it. So instead of telling people what you're about to do, let them see what you've done. Let your work create the noise. Let your progress speak for you. Let your success arrive without warning. Shock them with results, not announcements. Who you keep around you matters more than most people realize. Not everyone needs access to your thoughts, your plans, or your next move. The more people you tell, the more opinions you invite. And not all opinions help. Some confuse you, some slow you down, some quietly pull you away from your own vision. That's why control becomes important. You start choosing carefully, not out of fear, but out of awareness. You limit who you talk to. You stop sharing everything with everyone. You understand that just because someone is close to you doesn't mean they understand where you're going, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to see the full picture. A tight circle gives you clarity, fewer voices, less noise, more focus. You protect your vision like something valuable, because it is. You don't let outside doubt shape your direction. You don't let casual conversations weaken something you're trying to build seriously. You move with intention, quiet but clear. At the same time, you learn to sit with discomfort. Because when you stop seeking early validation, it doesn't feel easy at first. You don't get that quick boost of encouragement. You don't get applause for your ideas. You don't get recognition for what you plan to do. And that silence can feel heavy. But that's where growth happens. You keep going without anyone watching. You keep working without being noticed. You push forward without needing approval. And slowly you build something stronger inside you. Discipline replaces the need for validation. Confidence grows without being fed by others. You delay the reward. You hold back the urge to announce. You earn your results before you speak about them. And when the time finally comes, you won't need to say much at all. If you look closely, most people don't fail because they lack ability. They don't fail because they didn't have a good idea. And they definitely don't fail because they couldn't start. The real reason is quieter than that, harder to notice. It happens in small moments, in casual conversations, in those early stages when everything still feels possible. It's not failure that stops most people, it's talking too soon. They get excited, they share it, they feel that temporary high, and then something shifts. The urgency disappears, the discipline weakens. The idea that once felt powerful slowly turns into something distant, not because it couldn't work, but because it was released too early, before it had the strength to survive. And the pattern repeats again and again. New idea, big energy, quick announcement, then silence, not the kind that builds, but the kind that fades. They announce instead of building. They talk instead of doing. They explain instead of executing. And over time, it becomes a habit, a cycle that feels productive on the surface, but leads nowhere underneath. Because every time you choose to speak instead of act, you trade real progress for temporary satisfaction. You choose attention over execution. You choose feeling good now over becoming something later. But the difference is always visible in the end. One person talks about what they're going to do. The other disappears for a while and comes back with something real, something finished, something undeniable. And when you see that difference clearly, it changes how you move. It changes what you say, and more importantly, what you don't say. Because in the end, it was never about having the perfect plan. It was about protecting it long enough to become real. If something in this video made you pause, don't ignore that feeling. Most people hear this kind of truth and move on like nothing happened, but a few take it seriously. A few actually change the way they move, and that's where everything starts to shift. If you want to move differently, start today, not tomorrow, not when everything feels perfect, right now. Take your plans and hold them closer. Protect them. Work on them without needing to announce every step. Let your actions grow stronger than your words. Stay silent. Stay focused. Because real progress doesn't need attention in the beginning. It needs discipline. It needs consistency. It needs time away from noise so it can become something real. Win in private and let the world figure it out later. And if this message connected with you, if it made you see things differently even for a moment, take 1 second to support the video, like this video so more people can hear this message. And subscribe to the channel for more content that helps you think deeper, move smarter, and build real results without distractions. This is the Soul Manifestation Code, and this is just the beginning.